A lot of people talk about discipline, but nobody really talks about how it really works in everyday life, especially as a mom. If you're new here, my name is Chimela. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I'm in my 30s and we live in Nigeria. This is what my mornings look like on days when I'm not going to work. I get the kids ready for school, and somehow I just manage to find some strength to drag myself to my workout class. You might be watching this and thinking, oh, she's disciplined. But honestly, that's not the full story. Because for a long time, I thought I was a disciplined person until life showed me what discipline really looks like. I remember back in school, I was always the kind of student who submits their homework on time. Also, during my NYSC days, my lesson notes were always ready. Even at my jobs, I always try to be serious and responsible. So in my head, I was like, yeah, I'm disciplined. But then I started to notice something. When it comes to my personal goals, especially the ones nobody is forcing me to do, I can be very lackadaisical. I can procrastinate. I would make excuses. I could delay. I can overthink. I would say, maybe I'll start tomorrow, or maybe next week. How about next month? For example, weight loss. It took me almost 1 full year to finally start losing the weight. 1 full year of saying, I want to lose weight and not do anything about it. I'll start tomorrow. Let me just enjoy this one ice cream first. I'll start next week. After the holidays, after I'm done enjoying all the delicacies. Because in my mind, I was like, I can do it anytime. Nobody is chasing me. When I'm ready, I'll just do it. But guess what? I was never ready. Until last quarter of 2025, when I finally said, okay, enough is enough. And in just 3 months, the weight was all gone. Just 3 months after 1 year of talking and not doing anything. Then I noticed the same thing with exercise. When I go to my fitness class, I can work out for 1 full hour. No problems. I'll sweat it out. I'll push through. And by God's grace, I'll finish strong. But when I try to work out at home, same exercise, after like 20 minutes, I'm all tired. I'm exhausted. The discipline that I used to start is out the window. The motivation has disappeared. And the next thing, I'm checking my phone. Let me scroll a little bit on Instagram and watch a little bit of YouTube. And before I know it, I'm thinking about washing the dishes. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to finish the exercise in the evening, which never happens. Or I'll tell myself, I'll add extra 5 minutes to my exercise routine tomorrow, which also never happens. Honestly, if I manage to work out for 20 to 25 minutes at home, you should clap for me. So I started asking myself, why am I serious in some areas of my life, but so unserious in others? Like, why can I show up for school regularly, for work regularly, and also for my paid fitness class, but struggle with things like home workout, dieting, my personal projects? And that's when it clicked. I realized it's not really about discipline. It's about how your life is set up. Your environment, your routine, your surroundings. It's the same reason you read better in a library than in your bedroom. It's the same reason people work better in an office than at home. It's also the same reason gym works better for me than home workouts. And because when I'm at home, the distraction is everywhere. There are chores to do, my bed is calling, Netflix is waiting, YouTube is there to watch, your phone is also there to distract you. Let's not forget about food in the fridge. Everything is competing for your attention. So even if you want to be serious, your environment is not helping you. But when you're in a space that's built for one thing and one thing alone, there's less room to be distracted. And that's when I started to understand that discipline is not always about forcing yourself. Sometimes it's about being smart. It's about strategy. Because motivation will come and go. But when you put yourself in places that support the life you're trying to build, you are more likely to show up. Especially when you are surrounded by people who are also putting in the effort. Nobody wants to be the only one slacking. Take my workout class, for example. The reason I go fairly consistently is not because I wake up every morning feeling motivated, feeling gingered. No, most days I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I wake up and I feel I don't have the strength to go to the gym today. But the thing is, I've paid for my gym subscription. My money has already left my account. So even on days I don't feel like going, I just tell myself, look, you've paid and you can't waste that money. And that thought alone will carry me. I'll take my bath, change my clothes, drop my kids, and before you know it, I'm in my workout class. If I hadn't paid that gym subscription fee, let's be honest, I'll still be on my bed. That's what they call sunk cost accountability. So it basically means once you've invested money, your time or effort into something, you would always try harder not to waste it. Same thing with school. There are days you are tired, you're stressed. You just feel like, I can't attend class today, or I don't want to go to school, or I don't want to even read. But then you remember you've paid school fees and suddenly the strength comes. Because you don't want your money and effort to go to waste, so you show up, even when you don't feel like it. That's when it finally made sense to me. Discipline is not always about motivation. Sometimes it's about structure. It's about commitment. It's about putting systems in place that will drag you along even on lazy days. Because if I hadn't paid for my workout classes already, if I didn't have that time-bound structure that pushes me even when I want to give up, I'm not sure I would have gone at all. I probably would have postponed it to maybe tomorrow or next week. But once I committed, I had no other choice but to show up. And honestly, I think we can use this in other parts of our life too. Our health, our career, our personal growth, even in our businesses. Sometimes we need to pay for structure. It could be a gym membership, an online course, a 30-day challenge, a mentor, or even an accountability group or partner. Just something that makes you take yourself a little more seriously. Because when you put yourself in the right environment, doing the right thing becomes easier. Not easy, just easier.